Hi guys and girls, welcome back to Watch the Time. Thanks for tuning back in. Thanks for coming back to see me. I'm really pleased you've done so, and I'm really pleased about to bring you my review now. They're still Willie Merck, but they're now calling themselves WM watches because I don't think the Willie Merck was very well received, not just by me, but by other reviewers, I'm sure. This is the WM165. This could be, we know of the Addies Dives. The Addies Dive Pilot Watch is a banger. It's an absolute banger. This watch, not too dissimilar in price, can this challenge that? Because this, at the time of recording, this was coming in at around £40, and that is a whole lot of watch for the price. A little bit bigger than the Addies Dive, but this could be a much better step in the right direction. That they call themselves WM watches, it still says Willie Merck on the dial. Don't ask. Now, I said to them that I would put it down as WM watches, but lots of their newer releases is going to have WM just on the dial, which looks a lot cleaner as well. They're bringing out an awful lot of watches, many of which I like the look of, many of which I probably will review as well. But like I said, if you've seen this watch, you've been wondering whether you like it or not, hopefully I can make you or help you to make an informed decision as to whether you want this watch. So by the time we get to the video, you'll know. If it is, there's an affiliate link in the description. Please feel free to use it. But I'm going to stop going on because it's about that time to get the camera turned around and get on with it. Hi guys, so this is the watch, WM watch. The watch still says Willie Merck on it. This is the older one, so hopefully you'll start seeing more and more just with the logo, because I can live with WM watch. Willie Merck is just unreal. But so this is what you get. So you got the travel case that comes inside, hang tag, instruction manual. You get a tool, help you size it. I have taken off even 4 links for it to fit my wrist. So yeah, there we are. And then what we're left with is the watch. Just bear with me 1 second, guys. And there we go. Like a travel case, I don't mind that. I always like to have a travel case. I always reuse them personally. So yeah, not to be sniffed at. Sort of, I don't know what you'd call that material. It's nice and substantial. The logo, I think hopefully that's what we're going to start seeing more and more. I can live with that, like I say. Inside, there's a pilot's watch. Let me take it off the cushion. So yeah, take it off the cushion, and then we can just be left with the watch itself. So this is the WM165. I've got the blue one. You've also got the black one. The blue one looks nice. And like I say, is this going to be the new pilot's watch or the king of the affordable pilot's watches on AliExpress? I think Addies Dive has probably held that crown for some time. Have Willie Merck nailed it? Let's have a look together. So like I said, WM165. Inside this watch, it's running the Seagull movement. I'll bring some information up about that movement now. I can't say I've got a lot of experience with this movement. Seagull movements are okay. I have to say, though, I would always rather have a Seiko movement or Miyota. They're a little bit more reliable in terms of the watches I've had in the past. You don't tend to really have any problems with them. I've had a few ST movements. They've not run amazingly well. This one's not doing too bad at the minute, so I can't say too much. But yeah, this is what you get inside ST1612. I'd like to have seen the rotor not have all that glue stuff on it as well. But most people wouldn't see it. It's only because I took the case back off that you saw it. But there we are. The construction of the watch, aside from the crystal, is all 316L stainless steel. So a lot of brushing. So you've got a brush case, you've got the crown, which is polished at the sides. You've got the bracelet, which is brushed with polished center links, butterfly clasp, case back, which looks pretty cool actually with an aeroplane on there. But yeah, so the crown, bezel, which is high polished, case, bracelet, solid end links, butterfly clasp, and case back, all 316L stainless steel, and a bit of mixture of brushing and polishing throughout the watch. The case thickness of this watch is 12.7 millimeters. The case diameter, I measured from the 8 to the 2, it was coming in at bang on 41 millimeters. When you go from the 9 to the 3, including the crown, it was coming at 44.2 millimeters. The lug width on this is 20. That does take it down to 18 millimeters at that butterfly clasp. And the lug to lug, tip to tip of the watch is a true lug to lug, given it's got a few more end links to the center link, and it was coming at 48.8 millimeters. So not the small, it's not as small as the Addies Dive, but they're not a great deal bigger. So yeah, we pretty good proportions there, I think. Not too bad at all. The bezel is a high polished fixed bezel. As I mentioned, you've got a push-ball crown at the free, and you've got the case back, which is screwed down with some information just on the back of there as well. Yeah, different bits and pieces. So there we go. The bracelet is nicely done, nice and comfortable. It's got push pins just to make it nice and easy to size out and stuff when the time comes. Butterfly clasp, so obviously there's no half links. There's going to be no micro adjustment. So hopefully you get the right size fit for yourself, but that's not going to be guaranteed, unfortunately, given it's on a butterfly clasp and there's no half link. So there we are. The water resistance you'd have probably made out on the back is 200 meters. So that'll give you 20 atmospheres of water resistance, and the weight will appear in the top right. So with 4 links removed, it was coming at a bang on 130 grams. So I would have probably expected it to weigh a little bit more, but it's 130 grams. Of those 4 links back in, probably about 150. But there we are. But let's have a look at the dial in a bit more detail. So if you look at the dial, nothing's been applied onto the dial, guys. It's all been printed. You got a really nice sunburst blue. Plays with the light really, really nice. When you move it around, you get different shades of blue from light to dark, which I like. I do love a dial. You've got the minute track, which is quite pronounced. You're not going to miss those markers on the outer edge. Inside that, so you've got a triangle with dots either side, quite synonymous with pilots' watches. You've got numerals 1 to 11, again, quite pronounced, quite large. Lots of times on pilots' watches, you will also see 24 hours, but this is only done 12-hour clock. You've got Welly Merck printed in with their logo, and then you've got the script writing Welly Merck printed onto the dial. Like I said, from speaking to them, they've said that's going to stop. They're not going to have Welly Merck anywhere now. They're just going to be known as WM watches, which is definitely the way to go. Welly Merck is just, I couldn't get over that name, to be honest. I know they're in some way connected to Pagani design, but having a name like Welly Merck doesn't get you off to a great start. So I'm glad that they've seen sense. Just gonna have the logo there now and just be known as WM watches. We can live with that. Just above the 6, you got automatic. Nothing else in terms of writing, which is nice to see. Sometimes you get War and Peace down there. You don't need too much writing on a dial, in my humble opinion. The hands and indices all polished, nicely proportioned. Kind of all reach out to where you want them to. And yeah, like I said, it just looks really quintessential for what you expect a pilot's watch to look like, doesn't it? I think it looks really, really nice. I'm much more impressed with this one than my last WM watch. And now you're wondering, guys, the loom. What's the loom saying, Si? Well, let's have a look. Guys, I'm going to be honest. The loom was a non-event. It really hasn't got loom at all, really. I was hoping, given there's quite a lot of white elements where you can see the loom would have been applied, that it'd be half decent. I wasn't expecting it to be great, given the watch is very inexpensive, but I was hoping it'd be a little bit better than it is. And to be honest, it's just a bit of a non-event. It just doesn't do anything. Yeah, so the loom, I wouldn't be buying this for the loom, guys. It's not going to be one that's going to be glowing very much at your bedside table, but there we are. So inside this watch, like I said, it's running a Seagull ST162 movement. There is a ghost position on there, unfortunately, but it does have hacking, which I'm really happy about. You see the second hand's stopped. You put it back in, it will start back up again. Like I said, there is a ghost position. If you turn the crown away from you, you'll hear that. You can also charge it, which is good. So you're not just relying on it just being automatic with no hand winding. There is hand winding as well. And so yeah, that's everything there, really, guys. Not much to go through. Normally I would go through and let you see the date change over. Hasn't got a date on the dial. Has got a date, but it's a ghost position. But yeah, that's the hands, indices, dial, movement. Let me just pop it on the wrist quickly, give you an idea of what it looks like on my wrist. One moment, guys. Okay, so guys and girls, this is what it looks like on me. I'm wearing it not a little bit loose, but not too bad. I've been quite fortunate, really, with how it fits me. That blue is really, really nice. Nice little polished elements and decent finishing, really. For a watch that doesn't cost very much. I'll bring the price up in front of me. This was the price at the time of recording, but that may be open to change, so do bear that in mind. But yeah, not looking too bad. Decent bit of sapphire crystal in there as well. So yeah, what do you all reckon at this point, guys? Okay, so guys and girls, that'll now take me swiftly on to what I think is pants and Pukka about the watch. Yeah, if you've ever watched before, you know I always start with pants. I like to go on a high with Pukka. So what I think is pants, nowhere near as much on this one as the last WM watch, or also known as Wally Mark, that I've had in. I'll go with the name. I'm only mentioning it, guys, because it's still on the dial. I was told on my last one, yeah, but it's called WM watches. Yeah, but if it says Wally Mark on the dial, I'm still going to mention it. Unfortunately, that's the way it is. So the loom, like I said, was a non-event. I'd rather than not put any than put substandard. I've said that before. I'll say it again. The dirt on the rotor, don't know what that's all about. I really haven't got a clue how that would come to be there. You don't want to have any sort of substances near movement, so I'm not sure how that's got on there. And the crown is a little bit undersized. Sometimes when you try and grab it, it's not the easiest. So it could have done with maybe been a mil or two bigger. Not unusual to have slightly larger crowns on pilots' watches anyway, so I'd like to have seen that. So they're the things I'm going to mention. I'll go with the name, loom, dirt on rotor, and the crown. What I think is Pukka, quite a bit more, because this has been a definite improvement from this company. So I'll go with a sapphire crystal. I do love a bit of sapphire crystal on my watch. And like I said, especially inexpensive ones, it always feels a bit nicer. The hands, like I said, nice high polished hands, good proportions on the hands. Reach out to where you want them to. The bracelet's actually really, really comfortable. It's a shame there's no half links for you to get the perfect fit for yourself. But yeah, the bracelet's nice. The case back, yeah, I love a deep edge case back. Done nicely. Like I said, it's like an aeroplane with two shark heads either side, which is a bit unusual, but yeah, still quite cool and quirky. The finishing, like I said, the brushing and the polished surfaces on this watch is a real sign of improvement from the last one I had in. So that's very, very good. And the price. So I'm going to bring the price up one more time in front of me. Like I said, price at the time of recording. If you pick this up for around £50 or less, can't really complain for an automatic watch with sapphire crystal. Yeah, and all the stuff it's got going, a nice bracelet. So yeah, the other things I'm going to say is I'll go with the sapphire crystal, hands, bracelet, case back, finishing, and the price of the watch. And that'll take me on to, would I recommend this watch? And this one it's not as easy in terms of last one I knew I didn't like. To be honest, I would say I think this is a far, far better offering. There's a few watches they're also doing now that I really like the look of. So do expect to see more. And I'm really hoping it just says WM on the dial from this moment onwards. But yeah, I would recommend it. I think this is a cool watch, inexpensive pilot's watch that has a lot going for it. So there we are. But guys and girls, please let me know what you think about this watch, more importantly. And maybe any other watches you may want to see on the channel. And as always say, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and always watch the time. Take care, guys. All the very best.